Good evening. Welcome back to the January 28th, 2025 Riverhead Central School District Board of Ed meeting. Can I get a motion to return to open session? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. All in favor? And motion passes. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Others?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heard. Others? Ace. Oh, hey. Arch. Ollie right. Hold. Ollie right. All out.
Our district clerk has an announcement to make about translation services.
Good evening. If you require translation services, please see Ms. Kess in the back corner of the room.
Muy buenas noches, les damos la bienvenida a la Junta Educativa de la Ciudad de Riverhead. Si necesitan traducción simultánea, por favor les espero en la parte de atrás para poderles proveer del equipo necesario. Gracias y bienvenidos.
Thank you. Student Representative Annabelle, do you have any comments?
Good evening. For Phillips, they celebrated their Kindness Week this week in various ways, such as Coins for Kindness, where kids will collect change that will be donated to Island Harvest, a local food bank on Long Island that has previously helped the Phillips community with providing food to students, and they want to give back now. At Aquabog, students who completed their winter reading challenge were chosen at random to show their leadership skills and participate in Principal for a Day. They are also participating in Kindness Week. Grades will be competing in a coin challenge to raise money for the North Fork Animal Welfare League and will be writing Valentines for seniors and veterans. At Riley, they're participating in the Great Kindness Challenge, with their theme being Kindness Moves. They started their week with gym teachers leading a day of movement. Activities planned throughout the week revolve around creating a kind community and include spirit days. They commend their student council and their advisor, Ms. Hopp, for planning a great week. Their classrooms have been learning about Martin Luther King Jr. and his impact on America. They've been learning about the Lunar New Year. Their Read to Me program is where RHS students go and read books in Spanish to their dual language classes. The RHS Olympiad team went to Riley and presented at assemblies for their students to create excitement for their upcoming science fair and science expo. The students, including one former Riley student, did a great job presenting a science demonstration. At Pulaski, the SROs presented a digital citizenship assembly for their 5th and 6th graders. Science Olympiad went to Pulaski too to get their students excited about the science fair. Fall clubs will be concluding on February 6th, and spring clubs begin February 26th, and they will be holding their first Pulaski Pride celebration in February, where students are nominated by any Riverhead staff for exhibiting outstanding Pulaski Pride behaviors. The RMS Mask will be performing Beetlejuice on Friday, February 7th at 7 p.m., Saturday, February 8th at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. at the Charles Cardona Auditorium. The middle school will hold its annual Valentine's Day dance February 12, 2025. In December, senior citizens were given a performance by the RMS Middle School Show Choir at the Riverhead and Flanders Senior Center. The PE department at the middle school won a $1,000 grant from NYS AAPHERD. This grant allowed them to add a brand new indoor hockey unit to their program. 8th grade Intro to Piano music classes started this year. The classroom has new pianos, and the students are learning to read notes, rhythms, and play musical pieces. The 8th grade classes also played drums in their first quarter and prepared songs for audio recording sessions. They're currently working on a video to present the February Pride Challenge, and they're working on a video for the upcoming 7th grade parents on February 6th. And at the high school, the boys basketball team advanced to the playoffs. Track athletes Kobe Boyle and Dwayne Morgan became league championships at the Boys League Championship a few weeks ago. The Blue Masks are fundraising for their club with a Super Bowl box fundraiser. Key Club will hold a fundraiser every Friday by selling ramen at the end of the day, which will help bring their Key Clubbers to LTC and merch. And Unified Sports created a Taco Bout Thursdays fundraiser where they're selling walking taco bags for $5 each.
Thank you, Annabelle. We have our superintendent report, Ms. Pedicic.
Annabelle, thank you for highlighting so beautifully all the wonderful things that are happening in our schools. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce our varsity golf coach and teacher, Mr. Stephen Fiala.
So proud. All right. So we're here, among other things, to recognize the varsity boys golf program. The girls in the spring done. All right. Look, all varsity sports are really a culmination of a community support, and we are blessed with a tremendous amount of that support. It'd be remiss of me not to acknowledge Mike Springer, Cherry Creek, Larry Springer at Indian Island, Chris Vinay at Baiting Hollow and The Rock. You know, they provide great opportunities for our student athletes. They hire them, our guys work there, they have the opportunity to play. Really, I'm one of the few coaches that are burdened with courses reaching out to me, inviting us to play there. And it's really reflection of the high expectations that I've held for our student athletes, and it brings a lot of pride to me knowing that among all the accomplishments that we could be celebrating this year, the biggest one is it really became clear that in what was supposed to be a rebuilding year, that the high expectations that these young men hold for themselves and each other. So it's truly become a culture in our program, and I think every coach or leader in our industry, or really any, they pray for and they hope for, and we have it here. These young men right behind me. They hold themselves to a very high standard, and each other to that high standard. I can't get them off of the course. Okay, during the year. We practice more than any other coach that I speak to, because the courses are so wonderful and they're so hospitable to us. And then when the scheduled practice time ends, it's always every night. Correct me if I'm wrong. Coach, let's just finish, another half an hour, another 30 minutes, we get done. So they don't want to leave. They want to spend time together, and they're always competing. And how they conduct themselves, it should be a tremendous source of, pride, and, really reflects upon the great things we have going on here. And aside from everyone, the GMs and the owners of the courses that I mentioned, I should also point out that the policies enacted by the board and Mr. O'Hara and the building cabinet, Coach Stravinsky, our JV coach, does a great job with them. And when, like this year, we had a lot of new faces on varsity, and they stepped in, and those high expectations and standards they hold themselves to, including, not limited to, 5th league championship in a row. They continued a 31 match winning streak in league. And all of this was supposed to be a down year, but they wouldn't know that. And what, could have been a down year and giving them excuses for not winning those championships and hanging another banner, that was never even a thought because of their expectations, not only me for them, which is high, but now them for each other. So we truly have a great culture in the program, and it couldn't be possible without the support in district and from the community. So at this point, I'd like to welcome up Brady Hubbard, Camden Wallace, Heath Smith, Colby Barron, Logan Dempsey, Mason Sick, Max Kajowski, and Wesley Kajowski. First time we're doing this in the cafetorium of the middle school. So why don't you stand right up there and get a good pick and strike a pose. All right. Hang on right, Keith. Lead the way. You're the tallest, so you have to be in charge of something.
We'll have certificates for our athletes, which we will send over to Steve at the high school.
Colby is still competing. His season's not over. He qualified, one of 9 to qualify for the states from the county. Thank you.
You are certainly welcome to stay, but however, we know you started your day really early, so if you would like to leave, we will not be insulted. Again, congratulations, we're very proud, and we will get those certificates to you. Thank you.
Moving on, do we have any public comments on agenda items? Do we have any online comments on agenda items? Not for agenda items? Okay. Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Yes. So with that, in that consent agenda, the one thing that we did is Katie Wilkinson is an art teacher, and she just received tenure. So that's official now. Congratulations to Katie.
Katie, come on up.
Congratulations. Moving on to new business, letter A, approval of contract to provide driver education program. This is for All Suffolk Auto to provide driver's education for the spring session with an anticipated enrollment of 32 students.
Instead.
That's good. Gotta get a little closer. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments?
So this is for the driving piece of of driver's ed, not the instruction. That was on the consent agenda. So this price, just so that people know, it's 600, it's not inclusive.
That price is just for the driving part.
Correct.
Correct. I got a motion. Thank you. Oh, we did the motions. All right. All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter B, approval of a service agreement. This is for Chromebooks. Can I get a motion? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. A second? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter C is for the third and final reading of new and revised board policies. This is for policy 1120, school district records, 4532, school volunteers, 4772, graduation ceremonies, 4773, diploma and credential options for students with disabilities, 5140, entrance age, which is a new policy, 5153, student assignment to schools and classes, also a new policy, 5500, student records, 5550, student privacy, another new policy, 8635, information security breach and notification, 8635-E, information security breach and notification exhibit, 9520.6, rights of employees to express breast milk in the workplace, also a new policy. Can I get a motion to accept third reading?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter D, approval of donations. This is from the Glenwood Recreation Clubs, donated $300 to the Riverhead High School Chamber Choir as a thank you for their performance in December. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. A second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you, yes. All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter E, approval of field trip. This is for a field trip for NJROTC students to travel to Colts Neck High School in Colts Neck, New Jersey for Area 2 drill competition on 20. Oh, it did. Okay, I was going to say it's a... when we rescheduled, okay. So that took place on January 25th at approximate cost to the district of $720. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. And second? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Questions, comments? Congratulations, yes. All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter F, approval and disposal of surplus equipment, a Kubota tractor, Generac generator, and a GM box truck. Can I get a motion? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. What? Kubota? Moving on to committees. Do we have any committee reports?
Yes. Hello. We had the Health and Safety Subcommittee met January 15th, 2025, with 32 people in attendance. Terry Colhane, Director of Security, provided an update on CPI, Crisis Prevention Intervention Training for the staff. A plan is in place to train additional personnel, aiming for at least 3 trained individuals at each elementary school and at Pulaski. Security will also explore additional CPI training for transportation staff. Mr. Colhane also shared that the high school is currently receiving 80 to 100 vape alerts per day, and Security Administration are actively addressing the issue. There has been questions regarding staff and students opening door 30 to allow individuals into the building. Mr. Colhane clarified that door 30 is always remotely monitored with guards nearby. It was suggested that the district consider adding a new Sally port where employees could swipe their ID badges to access the door from the outside. John Fleming, Director of Facilities, reported that all issues raised at the previous committee meeting were addressed within 48 hours. The athletics portable building is now connected to the sewer system, providing a functional bathroom. Regarding future updates, Mr. Fleming stated that further information will be shared once the budget planning season is underway. Anthony Reed, Director of Transportation, gave an update on driver recruitment and training. While there has been some success in recruitment, many hires have left after completing district training to pursue other opportunities. As a result, the district has fewer bus drivers while serving an increased number of routes. Mr. Reed is optimistic that recruitment and retention will improve moving forward. Robert Hines, Director of Technology, provided an update on cybersecurity. Approximately 13% of incoming emails are flagged for potential threats. The district continues to maintain strong cybersecurity measures, including regular updates and employee training to identify phishing attempts and other scams. All district devices, both staff and students, are regularly updated with the latest security protections.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Do we have any board member remarks? No? RCFA comments?
Mr. Wallace has stated that tonight he is serving as a dad, as his son was one of the golf students honored tonight. So he has no comments.
Any comments by Ra?
Ra will have no comments for the evening.
Okay. Do we have any public comments? Sure.
Hi there. My name is Quinn Alexander. I appreciate the board's opportunity to formally introduce ourselves to the community. I am here representing a brand new Riverhead Athletic Club. This is a booster club that is designed to provide support of Riverhead Athletics and the Riverhead Athletic Department. Additionally, it's our mission to promote community support of Riverhead Athletics and fellowship amongst parents, coaches, and athletes from the youth to varsity levels. We are a growing organization of very vibrant, energetic parents and community members who are truly dreaming big when it comes to supporting our Blue Waves. Ultimately, we are looking to see Riverhead Athletics thrive and are currently working on many exciting ideas. For example, to introduce ourselves to the student body, we will be rolling out a Riverhead Athletic Club contest that will allow our students to have a hand in selecting a symbol for the club. The most exciting part is that the winning image will be featured on our merchandise and will appear on our brand new social media sites. We are also looking into expanding on homecoming and alumni weekend festivities, various other fundraising events, an established scholarship fund to award to deserving athletes, as well as a web-based calendar that will allow community members to have access to a wide variety of athletic opportunities for their children throughout the year. In short, we've got a lot happening. We're really excited and proud to be part of this tremendous opportunity and welcome any community members that would like to join us in this venture. Our next meeting will be February 26th at the high school. Please look for us on Facebook and Instagram, Riverhead Athletic Club, to stay in touch with upcoming events. So this is our formal welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Cindy Clifford. I was a Riverhead School District parent for 36 consecutive years. And still, I never had less than full respect and appreciation for the teachers, the staff, the administrators. Your dedication and caring is consistently on display. As a matter of fact, Mr. Dunn was one of my daughter's teachers. It was not surprising to read the district's letter assuring parents that their children will continue to be protected to the best of your ability. It's more than enough that students have to contend with the remote possibility of gun violence in school. But in always doing the best you can, Riverhead schools have taken every preventative step possible. So it's in keeping that Riverhead could not knowingly allow for any child to fear for their safety, to experience panic or anxiety for themselves or for their classmates. Regardless of any opposing opinions, to not take a stand to protect them would be unimaginable and inexcusably cruel. As parents, we should want all children, not just our own, to feel secure and safe when they're at school. Speaking for many parents of current and past Riverhead students, I want to thank you for continuing to put the students first and for acting accordingly.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments?
Hi, good evening, members of the board, President Scudder, Interim Superintendent Padish. My name is Dr. Kerry Spooner. I'm a proud parent of a sixth grader at Pulaski Street School. Your letter to the community dated January 23rd shed a vital truth. Our community is not divided. Your letter is a testament to our collective strength and unity in standing up for the rights of every student, regardless of their immigration status. I want to thank you for reaffirming our school district's legal and ethical responsibilities and promoting a learning environment where every child can pursue their education with dignity and free from fear and intimidation. History shows us the power of collective action in confronting discrimination. During the civil rights movement, communities came together to challenge systemic racism and demand justice. The Supreme Court's decision in Brown v. Board of Education in 1954 declared that separate but equal schools were inherently unequal. Yet we know the fight for equity in schools continues. The Plyler v. Doe decision in 1982 extended these protections to children from immigrant families, establishing that every child, regardless of immigration status, has the right to a public education. Here in New York State, we uphold this principle through education laws, section 3201 and 202, guaranteeing every child between 5 and 21 the right to a free public education. The Dignity for All Student Act further protects students from discrimination, harassment, and bullying based on ethnicity, national origin, and other protected characteristics. The reality facing many immigrant families today is stark. The shadow of family separation, detention, or deportation creates an undercurrent of constant anxiety. The January 2025 executive order authorizing ICE operations at schools and other previously protected locations has created a legitimate threat of enforcement actions on school grounds. These fears don't stay at home. They follow our children into the classroom, affecting their ability to learn. Your letter affirms what we hold sacred, that schools must remain safe spaces for learning, regardless of federal policy shifts. Our schools must be sanctuaries where these fears are alleviated, not amplified, and where every child's right to education is adamantly protected. You're working hard to achieve this. Thank you. Your powerful letter gave my family and me hope. It served as a reminder that we are a community united by shared values of inclusivity and respect. You stood your legal and ethical ground and sent a clear message that our learning community will not yield to external pressures of hate or compromise the safety and well-being of our children,
but we
your
just try to
students.
stick to the 3 minutes, so if you're almost done, I'll let you finish.
But we can't stop there. I urge the board to create more transparent, accessible mechanisms for families to report and address incidents of discrimination or harassment on school grounds swiftly and effectively. Thank you for ensuring our school remains safe havens of learning where every child, regardless of their background, again, can thrive without fear. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments?
I would just like to thank Superintendent Pettish, Mr. Scudder, and the school board for their letter to the community. It's extremely important for all students and their parents to know the district cares about them and their right to a free public school education. Thank you. My name is Michelle Lynch, member of the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Any online? Yes?
I have one online comment. The comment is from Jules DeVito of Flanders. First, I want to thank Riverhead School District for deciding to protect our children's educations from disruption. Some people say that immigrants are changing the American way of life, but immigrants have lived peacefully in our communities for many generations. They are our neighbors and co-workers. They are small business owners on our main streets. Statistically, immigrants are not any more likely to commit crimes than any other demographic. Of course, if someone is a felon or commits a violent crime, they should be punished and they should not be pardoned. But being an undocumented immigrant is a civil offense, not a felony. Children being afraid of agents coming into their schools, their educations being disrupted, children going home to find their families have been taken away, which is already starting to happen in parts of this nation. Those things do not change the American way of life into something we should all recognize from history. As a mom, this is not the environment I would want for my child. I would love to say this is not who we are in America, but I don't feel like I can say that anymore. At least I am proud to say this is not who we are in Riverhead.
Thank you. We have any last comments? One last chance? No? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. All in favor? And the motion passes, and we'll see everyone again in February.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.